My child, come near and listen, for my words are not meant for your ears alone, but for the deepest chambers of your soul. Settle the anxious stirrings of your heart and let there be a quiet space between us, here in this sacred stillness where truth can be spoken and heard without fear. I wish to ask you something, not as a judge, but as the one who knows you completely. If I were to draw back the veil of time and consequence and show you a moment, a single choice, a word spoken in haste or a deed left undone, and reveal that it had landed upon an athirst spirit with the weight of a mountain, causing a desolation you never intended, what would you do? How would your spirit respond to this knowledge? Would you feel the truth of it as a cold stone in the pit of your being, a sudden and heavy ballast of regret? Would you, in sorrow, turn your face from the pain you have caused, unable to bear the reflection of their suffering in your own eyes? Or would you fall to your knees in the dust of your own making, your heart shattered by the revelation, and cry out to me for a forgiveness you feel you do not deserve? Do not be quick to answer, for I know you. I know the intricate pathways of your heart, the hidden springs of goodness that flow there, the purity that resides at your core, even when it is clouded by the dust of the world. I formed you, my child. I breathed life into your being and have watched you from your first breath to this very moment. I have been the silent witness to your every triumph and your every stumble. I have seen you pour out your love like a healing balm, your kindness a gentle rain upon the thirsty ground of an athirst life. I have seen your moments of selfless sacrifice, small and large, that have radiated joy into the world. Moments you yourself may have long forgotten, but which are etched forever in the memory of existence. But I have also seen the other moments, the times when, blinded by your own pain, you have spoken a word that became a splinter in an athirst's heart. The times when, driven by fear or wrapped in the fog of your own anxieties, you have turned away when you were needed most. The instances of impatience, of anger, of doubt that you allowed to guide your hand, leaving a mark you could not see. These missteps, these unintentional downings, I have seen them all. And yet I have never turned my face from you. I have never cast you out. For every time you have faltered, I have been there, whispering encouragement into the quietest corners of your being. In the silent battles you wage against your own limitations, in the deep yearning to be better, to be kinder, to be truer than you were the day before, I am there. Your struggles are not hidden from me. I see how you long to rise, to transcend the gravity of your own human frailty. And so I tell you now, with a love that is more vast than the cosmos, that even in your most profound failures, you are not forsaken. You are not a lost cause. You are not beyond the reach of redemption. My mercy is an ocean without a shore, and it stretches into the deepest canyons of your soul, where your truest self resides, and it washes you clean. Do not fear me, my child. Do not see me as a distant king upon a throne of judgment, tallying your every error. I am not the storm that threatens to break you, nor the silence that condemns you. I am nearer to you than your own breath. I am the space between your thoughts, the stillness that follows your tears, the foundation of warmth beneath your laughter. I am the unseen hand that steadies you when you stumble on the uneven path of life. Have you not felt my presence? That quiet nudge toward a kinder thought, that gentle but persistent pull toward the light when darkness seems to be closing in, that sudden, inexplicable wave of compassion for a stranger. That is my voice, my essence, woven into the fabric of your own. It is a constant, unwavering call back to your own divine nature, back to the truth of who you are, back to me. Therefore, understand this profound truth. The suffering that may have rippled out from your actions was never meant to be a final verdict on your character. It was not intended to be a poison that hardens your heart or a pit of despair from which you can never climb. No, my child, every misstep, every harsh word, every act born of fear or ignorance is a lesson wrapped in pain. If you have the courage to unwrap it, to look upon it with open eyes and an open heart, you will find within it a seed of profound growth. When you see the pain your actions have caused another, it is not a moment for shame to build a wall around your heart. It is an invitation to awaken. It is my hand, gently turning your face toward the sacred, delicate interconnectedness of all life. It is an opportunity to deepen your compassion, to understand that your existence is not a solitary journey but a shared dance. It is a catalyst to guide your spirit to a higher plane of consciousness, a plane it could never have reached through theoretical knowledge alone. Experience, even painful experience, is the chisel that sculpts the soul. I do not desire your guilt. Guilt, my child, can become a prison. It is a heavy, rusted chain that can bind you to the past, blinding you to the possibilities of the present and the future. Guilt fixates on the error. I desire your consciousness. Consciousness accepts the error, learns from it, and then focuses on the path forward. I desire for you to be 𝐆𝐃 of the echoes of your choices. Be conscious of the lives you touch, for you touch more than you know. Be conscious of the power that rests in your hands, in your tongue, in your very presence. For you were created in my image, and that means you hold within you a divine spark of creation, the power to build and to heal. But with that comes its shadow, the capacity to cause harm. Therefore, choose. In every moment you are choosing. Choose with intention. Choose with a heart leaning toward love. Choose with an awareness that your life is intertwined with all life. Let your choices become your prayers in action. Let your words be offerings of solace. Let your deeds become gestures of encouragement. Let your presence be a source of light to those who walk in shadow. And yet, even as I speak to you of this great responsibility, I cradle you in the understanding of your humanity. You are wonderfully, beautifully, and sometimes painfully human. You are fragile. Your understanding is limited. You are a being in a constant state of learning, of evolving, of stumbling and getting back up. And in this very imperfection, you are inexpressibly precious to me. There is no masterpiece more beautiful to my eyes than a soul that is striving, imperfectly but earnestly, to reach for goodness, even when the path is shrouded in fog and the destination is unclear. I do not condemn your weaknesses. I embrace them as part of your unique story, a story that I know from its first letter to its final word. Do not run from your pain, my child, and do not turn a blind eye to the pain of others. Pain is not merely a punishment. It is a profound teacher. It is a mirror that shows you where you are broken, and in seeing the cracks, you learn how to mend. It is a gateway to a deeper, more resonant understanding of what it means to be alive. When you witness another's suffering and it pierces your own heart, know that this is my grace at work. It is my hand gently prying open your eyes, guiding you toward empathy, urging you toward compassionate action. And when you must confront your own mistakes, when the voice of your conscience speaks to you of a wrong you have committed, do not fall into despair. Let that inner voice be the spark that ignites a fire of transformation within you. Let it kindle a deep and powerful longing to heal what you have broken, to reconcile where you have created division, to grow into a more loving version of yourself. Now, in this sacred moment we share, I ask you to reflect. Gaze upon the tapestry of your life that you have woven so far. See the bright, golden threads of kindness and the dark, tangled knots of error. Consider the ripple that each choice has sent out into the world. You are never an island, my child. You are a vital thread in the vast and intricate tapestry of existence, intertwined with countless others. Each thread has the power to strengthen the whole, to add beauty and resilience to the pattern. And each thread, when it frays or snaps, can cause a weakness that affects the entire design. But hear me now, and let this truth settle deep within your spirit. Nothing is ever truly lost, and no one is ever beyond redemption. Even the heaviest burdens of guilt, the deepest wells of sorrow, the searing pain you feel for the harm you have caused, all of it can be transformed. It can become the fertile soil from which wisdom grows. It can become the force that propels you toward healing, not just for yourself, but for those you have wronged. Your eras are not the end of your story. They are the stark, necessary beginning of a deeper understanding, the very doorway to a compassion that is authentic and profound. My child, listen closely now, for the truth I am about to share is heavy with responsibility, yet it is essential for your understanding of love and the sacred bonds that connect you to others. There are souls in your life who are bound to you not by chance, but by a covenant of the heart. They are bound by intimacy, by shared history, by a love that has weathered storms and celebrated sunrises. They are the ones who bear the weight of your choices more deeply and acutely than any stranger ever could. These are the ones who have seen the unlit corners of your heart and have not fled. They have witnessed your flaws, your fears, your moments of pettiness, and have loved you still. Theirs is not a love of passing convenience, but a love of permanence. Their devotion is often quiet, a steady flame in a world of flickering lights. It is steadfast, unwavering, and pure in its intention. And precisely because of this purity, because of this open-hearted trust, they are the most vulnerable to the pain that your actions, even your unintentional, thoughtless actions, can cause. Be exquisitely mindful of the threads that connect your heart to theirs, for these threads are woven with an eternal quality you cannot yet fully perceive. Do not allow the fear of your own fallibility to paralyze you into inaction. Fear not the weight of your soul's growth, nor the challenge of profound transformation. Every sunrise brings with it a new opportunity to rise, to embody the boundless love I have planted within you, and to reflect the light that is your truest nature. You will stumble, you will falter. It is possible, even probable, that you will hurt someone you love deeply. And yet in every single moment, my hand remains upon you, steadying you, guiding you, ready to lift you the very instant you reach for me. I call upon you to embrace the magnificent fullness of your being, the shadow and the light woven together. Do not deny or hide the parts of yourself that struggle, that doubt, that fear, and that fail. These are not your enemies. They are your most intimate teachers, your divine messengers, the sacred guides showing you exactly where growth is needed. And by the same token, do not elevate the parts of yourself that are proud, that succeed, that shine, as if they are all that you are. True greatness, my child, is found in humility. It is found in the quiet strength of compassion, in the profound recognition that every life you touch is sacred, that every soul you encounter carries its own invisible burdens, its own silent joys, its own divine spark worthy of reverence. I have given you the capacity to love with a depth and sincerity that mirrors my own. I urge you to use this gift boldly. Love without demanding anything in return. Love without reservation. Love without the hesitation born of fear. When you love in this way with a pure and open heart, you align yourself with the very essence of my being, with the creative force that binds the universe together. For love is the current that carries the weak, restores the weary, and makes all things new. Do not measure your love by what you receive, my child, but by the purity and generosity of its expression. Give it freely as I give my love to you, endlessly and without condition. And yet, even as you pour out your love, be mindful of the vessel from which it flows, your own self. Guard your spirit, nurture your heart, care for your soul as you would a precious garden. Do not allow the suffering of the world or even the pain of those you love to consume you to the point that your own light begins to dim. Balance is sacred. Your compassion is a holy gift, but it must be given from a heart that is whole, from a spirit that is tended and strong. When you care for yourself, you are not being selfish. You are honoring the precious life I have entrusted to you. You are equipping yourself to give more fully, more purely, and more faithfully to others for the long journey ahead. Now turn your gaze inward, my child. Look deeply upon the landscape of your own soul, but do so without the harsh lens of judgment, without the soft filter of 𝐆𝐃 𝐒𝐀𝐘𝐒, without hiding from any part of the truth. See your fears, acknowledge your regrets, sit with your failures and your pain, and then see also your joys, your courage, your small, hard-won victories, and your immense capacity for goodness. Each of these, the shadow and the light, is a reflection of my creation within you. Each is a necessary note in the unique and beautiful song of your life. Celebrate the symphony, confront the dissonance. Both are essential to your journey home to me. Do not be afraid to seek forgiveness, both from those you have wronged and from me. But understand this, forgiveness is not a transaction. It is not a single act that wipes the slate clean forever. It is a path. It is a process. It is a continual, conscious turning of your heart back toward love, back toward understanding, back toward me. Every single day offers you a new opportunity to ask for forgiveness, to make amends where possible, to speak your truth with humility, and to extend grace to yourself and to others. And I am with you on every step of that path, carrying you when you are too weary to walk, illuminating the way when darkness clouds your vision. Now let us return to those who love you most, for this is a lesson of the highest order. Understand that love carries both light and shadow. The closer a heart is to yours, the sharper and clearer the reflection it provides. Those who love you fully, who trust you implicitly, who have placed their unwavering faith in the goodness of your character, those are the very ones whose hearts can be shattered most easily by your missteps. A stranger may be brushed by a careless word and move on untouched, for they have no stake in the landscape of your soul. But those who have offered you the key to their own heart, who have entrusted you with their joy, their secrets, their dreams, their very essence, they feel every lapse, every cold shoulder, every sharp tone, as if it were a tremor in their own foundation. They carry the echoes of your pain within them, often silently, often without complaint, because their love is patient and their devotion is enduring. And yet, this very depth of their love, this sacred openness, makes them exquisitely, painfully susceptible to being hurt by you. I have seen this unfold in the lives of so many of my children. Those who have loved you without condition, who have forgiven your mistakes time and time again, who have waited in quiet hope when you have lost your day. They are so often the first to feel the sting of your impatience, your distracted anger, your casual neglect, your thoughtlessness. They may offer you a smile to cover their hurt. They may pretend that your words did not land like stones. But the mark upon their spirit lingers, sometimes unseen, often unspoken, but always, always real. And so, my child, I charge you with this sacred duty. Guard their hearts. Guard them with the utmost care, with the vigilance of a sentinel protecting a holy treasure. Protect their souls as you would protect your own, for in loving you, they have entrusted you with a piece of themselves that is sacred, fragile, and given without reservation. You see, the people who love you most intimately are living mirrors of your own soul. In them, you see your light reflected, your darkness revealed, your virtues amplified, and your flaws exposed. When you harm them, even in what seems to be the smallest of ways, you do not merely wound another being. You wound the sacred reflection of yourself. You tarnish the holy connection that binds you together in a covenant of love. And the pain they endure is not theirs alone. It echoes back into your own being in ways that are subtle and profound, shaping the course of your spirit's growth, testing the resilience of your heart, and coloring the landscape of your life. Consider, then, how you act in moments of frustration, of anger, of haste. Consider the weight of your words before they leave your lips. Consider the force of your actions, the choices you make when you are tired, when you are overwhelmed, when your mind is clouded with doubt or fear. Even a fleeting, thoughtless act, a dismissive gesture, a promise forgotten, can pierce the heart of one who loves you with a depth you can barely fathom. And yet, my child, I do not speak these words to condemn you or to lay upon you a burden too heavy to bear. I speak to awaken you. I speak to illuminate the profound and sacred responsibility that is the twin of true love. I speak to guide you toward a life in which your actions become a testament to the reverence and care that are due to those who give of themselves to you so unreservedly. Do you understand, my child? Love is not a possession to be owned, nor is it a right to be claimed. Love is a gift, fragile and rare, and it must be nurtured with constant intention, with unwavering mindfulness, with tender, active care. The hearts that have chosen to love you are not objects to be taken for granted. They are not shields to protect your ego from the harsh realities of life. They are sacred trusts, placed in your hands by the very fabric of the universe, entrusted to you by me. And in every single moment, you hold the power to honor that trust or to violate it. When you cause harm to those who love you most, whether by a moment of thoughtlessness, a season of neglect, or an act of cruelty, you create ripples that extend far beyond that immediate moment. The pain can travel through the corridors of time, echoing in memory, leaving traces upon the heart that are not easily erased. It may seem small to you, a fleeting, insignificant event in the grand scheme of your day. But to a soul that loves you deeply, it can be a wound that lingers, a shadow that clouds their joy, a crack in the foundation of their trust. And yet, even in this sobering truth, there is boundless hope. For awareness is the first and most crucial step toward transformation. And love, when it is guided by consciousness and intention, can be restored. It can heal. It can grow even stronger in the places where it was broken, reinforced by the gold of honesty and forgiveness. I tell you this, my child, when you truly recognize the beautiful fragility of those who love you, when you feel in your bones the sacredness of the trust they have placed in you, you will begin to move through the world differently. You will begin to act with greater care, with more profound thoughtfulness, with a love that is not just felt but demonstrated. You will measure your words before they are spoken. You will weigh your actions before they are taken. You will consider the soul of the other in every interaction. And in doing so, you will honor not only their heart, but your own. For the love you give in return is a reflection of the divine love that resides within you. It is a profound and sometimes difficult truth that those who love you most are also the ones you can hurt most deeply. And yet, this is not a reason to fear love or to withdraw from its embrace. Rather, it is a divine call to live with a heightened state of awareness, to act with reverence, to move through your life with the constant, conscious knowledge of the impact you have upon others. Do not be reckless with love, my child. It is the most precious resource in all of existence, more valuable than all the wealth of the world, more enduring than time itself, more transformative than any power you could ever wield. Protect it, honor it, cherish it, and in doing so, you protect the very souls of those who have entrusted their hearts to your keeping. I see that sometimes you may feel constrained by this awareness. You may fear that in striving to avoid causing any pain, you will stifle your own spirit, that your own needs will be suppressed, that your life will lose its spontaneity and joy. But I tell you now, the path of conscious love is not a prison. It is the ultimate liberation. For when you act with intention, when you speak with care, when you hold the hearts of those who love you as sacred, you rise above the narrow confines of your own ego. You transcend the blindness of ignorance. You participate fully and consciously in the sacred dance of compassion that animates the entire universe. Love given consciously is not burdensome. It is transformative for both the giver and the receiver. You may ask, "My Father, what of forgiveness? What of the times when, even with the greatest care, my humanness prevails and a heart is wounded?" Know this, my child. Forgiveness is the ever-present air you breathe, but to receive it fully, it requires the humility of an honest heart. When you recognize the pain you have caused, go to that person and speak your truth without excuse, without defense, without justification. Simply acknowledge the hurt. Feel the weight of it in your own heart as a testament to your connection, and then offer the healing balm of a sincere apology, an apology that expects nothing in return. And understand, too, that forgiveness is a process. It may take time. It may require immense patience. It may require repeated demonstrations of your renewed commitment to love and care. And through all of it, I am with you, guiding your heart, nurturing your spirit, and teaching you the sacred rhythms of reconciliation and grace. Do not ever mistake love for invulnerability. The hearts of those who love you most are not made of stone. They are not shields against suffering. They are living, breathing, tender things, exquisitely sensitive and attuned to the nuances of your soul. They are capable of experiencing joy and sorrow with a depth that few can ever fathom. To love another in this way is to risk pain, yes, that is the great wager of the heart. But it is also to experience the highest peaks of human connection, the profound joy of true intimacy, the transcendent beauty of a shared existence. The risk is great, but the reward is divine. I remind you again, my child, your actions are never isolated. Every word, every gesture, every choice reverberates through the great web of life, touching souls in ways you may never fully see or comprehend. When you act with care toward those who love you, you create ripples of trust, of peace, of joy that extend far beyond your immediate circle. You add to the light of the world. When you act with thoughtlessness or cruelty, the ripples of pain echo in ways that may take years to heal. And yet, even in those dark moments, there is an opportunity for growth, for learning, for the deepening of empathy and understanding. Love is not simple, my child, nor is it easily contained. It is a living, breathing force, dynamic and complex, capable of elevating the human spirit to heavenly heights or wounding it profoundly. Those who love you most experience this truth with every fiber of their being, for their hearts are entwined with yours, and every vibration of your soul resonates within them. To honor their love is to act with unwavering integrity, to speak with consistent kindness, to choose compassion over indifference, and to weigh the impact of your actions as though their hearts were beating within your own chest. And yet I also tell you, my child, that you must not live in constant fear of causing hurt. To love fully is to act, to risk, to open yourself to the magnificent and terrifying possibilities of both joy and sorrow. But let your actions be guided by awareness, by reflection, by the sacred understanding that the hearts closest to you are priceless treasures that have been entrusted to your care. Move with reverence, speak with thoughtfulness, act with compassion. And in all things, in all moments, let love be your one true guiding principle. There will be moments, my child, when despite your best intentions, hearts will be wounded. Misunderstandings will arise like sudden storms. Expectations, spoken and unspoken, will go unmet. Words will be spoken in haste that you will wish you could swallow back. In those moments, do not despair. Do not withdraw into a fortress of guilt. Do not turn away from the sacred bonds of love. Instead, approach with humility. Approach with sincerity. Approach with a courageous willingness to listen, to understand, to repair. The true depth of your love is measured not by a perfect record of no mistakes, but by the courage and dedication with which you seek to heal the wounds you have caused. The people who love you most have given you a part of themselves, a trust so profound it is beyond words. To hold this gift lightly, to take it for granted, is to risk a betrayal of the deepest kind. To hold it with reverence is to participate in a sacred covenant, a dance of souls, a communion that transcends time and space. Treat it with care, protect it with vigilance, honor it with your actions, and nurture it with the warmth of your presence. When you feel tempted to act in a way that you know may cause harm, from impatience, from ego, from jarriness, I urge you to pause. In that sacred space between impulse and action, just pause, take a single breath, and in that breath, reflect upon the hearts that surround you, the souls that love you, the holy trust that has been placed in your hands. Ask yourself, will this action uplift or will it wound? Will this word bring comfort or will it leave a scar? Will this choice honor the sacred bond between us, or will it begin to fracture it? In these small moments of conscious reflection, you will find my guidance. You will find clarity, and you will find the strength to choose with love, with wisdom, and with care. I see the moments when you falter. I see when impatience clouds your judgment, when your ego overshadows your compassion. I see the times when you act without full awareness of the precious hearts beating around you. And yet, my child, I do not condemn you. I only call you back to consciousness. I call you back to presence. I call you back to mindfulness. Every day is a new opportunity to renew your commitment, to repair what is broken, and to act with a love that is intentional. Every single interaction is a chance to honor the trust that has been given to you, to nurture the bonds that sustain you, and to reflect the divine, unconditional love I have placed within the very core of your heart. Remember always, my child, that love is both a divine gift and a sacred responsibility. It is joy and sacrifice, delight and burden. Those who love you most have given to you freely, fully, and without reservation. Do not repay their devotion with thoughtlessness. Do not answer their trust with neglect. Do not mirror their vulnerability with callousness. Instead, let your heart rise to meet theirs in gratitude. Let your actions become a living testament to that gratitude. Let your words and gestures honor the sacred covenant of love you share. When you succeed, when you act with awareness, with kindness, with intention, you co-create with me a world of safety, of trust, of flourishing. The hearts that have chosen to love you feel seen, honored, cherished, and supported. They grow in courage, in resilience, in joy. And the connection you share becomes a powerful conduit for even greater love, greater compassion, and greater understanding, extending outward into the world in ripples of light that travel far beyond your sight. Do not become complacent, my child, for love requires constant vigilance, care, and attention. The hearts of those who love you most are not inexhaustible wells. Their patience has limits. Their forgiveness has boundaries. Their resilience has edges. Respect these limits. Honor these boundaries. Nurture these hearts as the precious gardens they are. And in doing so, you will participate in the sacred exchange of giving and receiving, of honoring and cherishing, of sustaining and being sustained. I remind you, my child, that the true measure of your love is found not in grand, dramatic gestures alone, but in the small, consistent acts of care. The daily attentions, the mindful words, the conscious choices that preserve the sanctity of the relationship. A kind word when you are tired, a gentle touch of reassurance, a listening ear when you would rather speak, a thoughtful action that says, "I see you. You matter to me." These are the golden threads that weave trust, safety, and a deep, abiding connection. Neglect them, and even the strongest bonds can begin to fray. Honor them, and those bonds become resilient, radiant, and enduring. And when you falter, as you inevitably will because you are human and you are learning, approach the one you have hurt with humility. Do not justify, do not rationalize. Do not deflect or ignore the impact of your actions. Acknowledge the pain. Apologize from the depths of your soul. Act to repair the breach. And recommit yourself to loving with a greater awareness than before. This is the path of integrity. This is the path of spiritual growth. This is the path of sacred responsibility. And through it all, I am with you, guiding you, supporting you, illuminating the way forward, and teaching you the eternal truth that love, when it is honored, heals and uplifts all who participate in its divine mystery. My child, the people who love you most are treasures beyond measure. Protect them, honor them, cherish them, act with awareness, speak with kindness, move with intention. Let your love be a conscious, deliberate, and sacred force in the world. And in doing so, you will fulfill the divine purpose for which you were created, reflecting the eternal, boundless, unconditional love I offer to you now and forever. The love that created all things, the love that sustains all life, the love that transforms all pain into understanding, all error into wisdom, and all vulnerability into divine strength. Amen.